Xbox just had its 2023 Games Showcase, and it was a banger. This event was a huge win for the company, which has been struggling recently to keep up with its competitors. Coming off of the nightmare release of Redfall, Phil Spencer and Microsoft really needed to find a way to calm down fans and transform their anger into excitement. Xbox showed off a ton of new games, and they were also able to show off some games from other companies that they partner with, such as Ubisoft and Projekt Red. It does not happen often, but for the first time in a long time, Xbox beat out Sony. Xbox's showcase packed a lot of punches. There was much more hype due to so much more being shown off at the Xbox showcase. Lately, Xbox seems to be a lot more friendlier with other companies, and in return, they were able to partner up and host a killer show. So in today's video, it's going to be quite simple. I just want to review the showcase and explain why this was a step in the right direction for Xbox. Xbox wasn't messing around with this showcase. They showed off a lot of games, 27 to be exact. 21 of those games, by the way, will be available for Xbox Game Pass and or PC Game Pass. True next-gen titles were shown off, including games like Starfield, Hellblade 2, Avowed, and Forza Motorsport, just to mention a few. And again, going back to Starfield, Bethesda came out and gave a 45-minute in-depth presentation for the game and what to expect when it comes out later this year in September. We saw a lot more gameplay, which included combat, customization for characters and ships, and we also saw more of the planets, exploration, a little bit more on story and dialogue, characters, things like that. I will be coming out with a separate video where I will focus entirely on Starfield, but I just want to say really quick that the presentation got me hyped, and I really am excited to try out that game later on this year. Xbox Game Studios announced some other big titles such as Fable finally, and Clockwork Revolution, a sequel to Microsoft Flight Simulator is coming next year, Sea of Thieves is getting more content, The Legend of Monkey Island is the next content drop for that game. The company's partners also helped add hype, like Ubisoft, for example, dropped the first ever trailer for their open world game Star Wars Outlaws. Projekt Red showed off Cyberpunk's DLC. It's about time that's coming out, but nope, we're being positive today, I promise. Some of the other games coming from independent developers include Dungeons of Hinterberg and 3-3 Immortals. There's a new version of the Xbox Series S coming out as well. It comes in the color black, and it comes with 1 terabyte of storage. Live service is also continuing to go strong for some already established games like Fallout 76, Overwatch 2, Elder Scrolls Online, and also, like I mentioned earlier, Sea of Thieves. So fans of those games have a lot to be happy about, as they will be getting more content to experience. I think Xbox showed off the perfect mixture of first-party games and games from other companies, whether they are big ones like Ubisoft or smaller independent studios. And kudos to them for not making everything exclusive. There's a lot of games that will be available on multiple platforms, and I think that's how it should be. Phil Spencer has always talked about this from time to time, and Xbox even tweeted about it during the showcase. Again, I just think that it's a cool gesture, and they earned a lot of respect from me. I am also excited to hear that a lot of these games are coming out over the next 18 months. The second half of 2023 and 2024 will be awesome. Now that's as long as things don't get delayed or have the same fate as games like Redfall. Now Sony has had the most success recently, but it makes me wonder if Xbox is doing a better job with having better relationships with some of these other game companies, because Sony had their showcase first and they didn't get to show off a lot compared to what was shown off today. Again, it was impressive to see a lot of stuff come straight from Xbox Game Studios themselves, but also being able to see what some of these other companies have and getting first looks at big-time games coming from Ubisoft, like that Star Wars open world game. That's big. And the fact that Sony wasn't able to get a lot of headliners like this, well, their show just wasn't as great, honestly. Relationships with even outside partners is a big deal, and Xbox seems to have the advantage in that right now. And if anyone out there is still hesitant, well, that's understandable. It's one thing to come out and show off all these games and present them on the table saying, hey, look, this is everything that you'll be able to play eventually. Hopefully, Xbox can avoid delays and horrible launches like we've seen in the past. Hopefully, these games fulfill all the promises they made. Releasing these games on time, having successful launches, and keeping promises is the second half of the equation to Xbox bouncing back. And for me, the only thing that disappointed me was not seeing anything for State of Decay 3, not even an announcement for Gears 6 kinda sucks. It's honestly kinda sad to see how irrelevant Gears and Halo have become for Xbox. I was also hoping to see more on Outer Worlds 2. There's even an Indiana Jones game that also involves Todd Howard, and we haven't seen anything on that yet. But we are in a new era, so if games like Starfield can pull it off, then maybe Xbox will have some new games that come out that will be the pillars of the company in the future. Well, what did you think of the showcase? Let me know in the comments. Curious to see what you have to say. Like the video and subscribe for more. I do plan on coming out with more videos on Starfield, Star Wars Outlaws, and Assassin's Creed Mirage, as those are 3 games I'm very interested in, and I honestly was excited to see, everything that's come out about those games so far, and I think they all have potential to be very good. Also, follow me on Twitter and TikTok as well at analyzethis_YT. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.